Get off the sidewalk, mate!
Hey guys, welcome to Downshift Junior. Here we are with the Ford Maverick Lariat, and we're going to talk to you guys about 10 interesting things, starting with some of the things that we really like about this car. So, I guess mini truck. The first thing that we really like is the MPG that you get out of this 2.5 liter engine. You get 45 MPG, which if you think about the competitors like the Santa Cruz, that's almost double what they get. And that's honestly comparable to a lot of mid-size sedan hybrids as well.
Second thing we like is the way that it looks. Now I think it looks pretty good in this spec, cactus grey with the black package, which means you get blacked out braces up here, you know, kind of like you had in middle school, except don't get the black, it makes your teeth look really shit. You do have black wing mirrors, you've got a black accent for your Lariat badge over on the side, you've got black window treatments, you've got the classic Ford dial lock thing, so if you go to the beach, you go surfing, you don't have to bring your key with you, you can just lock and unlock your car from there. And then of course you've got these black wheels which are quite nice, they've got like a satin finish, it's very cool, a little bit more masculine. And then round the back, we've got black tailgate release. And I just think it looks pretty good.
And our third favorite thing that we really like about this car is the ride comfort. So these seats are extremely comfortable. They actually remind me a lot of the Mach-E seats that we had. And then the other thing is the suspension setup on this. So you obviously have a independent rear suspension. Unlike a conventional truck, it has like a solid rear axle generally. This thing absorbs bumps and just has a really nice ride quality.
Another thing we like is the bed area here. This is a small truck and you do have a small bed. It's about 4.5 feet. You don't have a damp tailgate, you don't have a powered tailgate. I really don't expect that at this price point, to be honest, but you can adjust how low or how high rather you want the tailgate to sit, because you can move this up to here if you've got some longer things that you want to put in the bed. You've also got dual bottle openers on each side, and then of course you've got the spray-in tough liner bed from Ford. You've got this secret cubby here, and then an even more secret false floor, eh? So if you've got contraband, things like that you want to put in here, that's probably where you're going to want to put it. And then on the other side here, I'll walk around. You've got tie downs, you've got other things you can option tonneau cover from the dealer, but then you've got light here, and you've got 120 volt outlet back here. So you can run, I don't know, a small dorm fridge if you want.
What?
All right, and another thing that we like is the uniqueness of the interior. Now, objectively, this is the less interesting interior, and yet you still have this like crumple factor right here. You've got this kind of ribbed dashboard for your pleasure. You've got hex bolts exposed here. You've got contrasting blues. They look like they're the same blues. They're not, but look at that door card, right? It's pretty cool. You've got the kind of fang door handle, which both our wives hate, but I think is kind of cool. You've got Bang & Olufsen system. You've got a little water bottle integration there. And then you've got this nice touch screen. I think you just kind of have like a nice unique interior, especially when you think about this thing starts at $22,600, and as tested, this is maxed out at about $35,000. And you get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto standard across the range. Pretty good.
And our last and I guess final favorite thing about this Ford Maverick, and it's a pretty big one, is the price. So it starts, as Matt just mentioned, at $22,600, and at the top of the range, with this one is spec'd out to be, it's $35,000, which is an amazing deal for the truck that you get.
All right, and then starting with some of the things that I don't like as much. There are a couple things missing around the car. You don't have adaptive cruise control, which is a bit annoying. You don't have active lane keeper, so you have kind of like a lane departure warning system. You don't have a 360 camera, you just have a simple reverse camera. It's fine, it's pretty good resolution. You also don't have ambient lighting in here. And this is the Lariat trim. This has the Lariat Lux package, which is another couple $1,000. And if you want to option a sunroof, you have to pay another $995, another grand for a sunroof. Seems like it should be included in the Lariat Lux package, no?
And the second thing that we don't necessarily like, and it's not even to this thing's fault, is the dealer markups that you're going to pay when you try and buy one of thing things. I guarantee you this thing sitting at a lot is probably going for close to $40,000 to $45,000, and that's unfortunate given the current circumstances and how great this truck really is for the price point. Our third least favorite thing about this truck is that the hybrid only comes in front-wheel drive. Unfortunately, you can't get this thing in all-wheel drive. It's a hybrid trim, which would be fantastic if you could.
And the last thing that we'll talk about that I don't love is the towing capacity. Now, this hybrid front-wheel drive equipped truck maxes out about 2,000 pounds, 1 ton worth of towing capacity. If you go for the turbo, you can option all the way up to 4,000 pounds of max towing capacity, which sounds a lot better, and it is. But you think about the main competitor, really the only competitor to this, the Hyundai Santa Cruz, that thing maxes out about 5,000 pounds of towing. So Ford's been out trucked by a Hyundai. All right, Ford Maverick, the superpower, revving to life.
It didn't shake this time.
It shook less. Oh yes, still not even at 60 miles an hour. We're gonna go back to normal mode.
Well, yeah, I think it's a 2.5 liter, naturally aspirated. Take a guess what the block's made out of.
Of course, it's aluminium in it.
Yep, and 162 horsepower, 155 pound-feet of torque. I think it meanders to 60 in about 7.5, 8 seconds, so obviously not going to win any races here, but the MPG
yes,
does win some awards,
brilliant.
right?
That is brilliant. So we've had this for the week. We've done about 9 hours worth of driving. In that time, we've done 44.6 mpg across 257 miles, and of those, 109.5 of them were fully electric miles, which is pretty dang good. I mean, it's like 40% around of just purely electric. So that's pretty impressive. This is not a plug-in. This is just a conventional hybrid.
Yeah.
So that is proper good.
And the thing I like about it is, we kind of talked about it, is they have a brake coach when you're coming to a stop that kind of indicates how well you're doing at regenerating the battery.
Yeah, we'll watch here. It'll come up.
Let's see how good Matt did.
74,
so not the best.
I think I could brake harder, and that would be better. It seems like the more aggressively that you brake, the more energy you're recouping into the system. But it's kind of nice. It's just like, I play the hypermiling game a lot when I drive, so to have this is just like encouraging that, which of course is the point of the vehicle. But yeah, I think it's nice. I mean, it drives pretty well. The cabin isolation is actually pretty good for this price. You mentioned the ride, and it is pretty good. I mean, it's still a little rumpy bumpy because you don't have really any weight over the back end, but it's, for what it is, for a small truck, it's pretty good. What do you think? Yeah,
I agree with you. And I think another comparison we were going to talk about is kind of how this experience compares to the Santa Cruz, and I think we both agree this is definitely more of like a truck experience, quote unquote. Like,
certainly,
the interior just has more of like a rugged feel to it compared to the Santa Cruz. The look is, I think, a lot more conventional truck looking, just on a smaller scale.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with you. This is much more, even from the exterior design to the interior design, this is much more genuine, like Ford truck. That's what you've bought. The Santa Cruz is very much a Hyundai Tucson with a slightly more angular front end, and that's really it. So yeah, you're getting a much more truckish experience here, and you're saving a lot of money. Now, granted, the Tucson, or the, excuse me, the Santa Cruz is a lot more expensive. You get less fuel economy. You do get a bit more towing, and a tonneau cover included from the factory. But here, you're getting a lot of truck, a lot of money, a lot of bang for your buck if you don't actually really need to tow anything. And even if you need to put stuff in the bed, as long as it fits, you've got a pretty decent payload. So I'm impressed, I have to say. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think for this price point, they did an excellent job, but good luck trying to get this thing at one of the dealerships. And oh, look at these guys crossing.
We'll wait for our little friends to cross, and I think that might be a good time to wrap it up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Hello, friends. Safe travels. Why do they look kind of green?
I know, they look
They've been rolling
like
around in
yellow.
freshly mowed grass. Look at them jump. Hey,
that's cute.
That's adorable.
You better go before those guys cross. We're gonna be here all day waiting for fucking...
No, we don't got time. Look at them. They're immediately feasting. They're weary from their travels. No, mate, you stay. I've got right away.